Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor from Canada. I'm right now in India on vacation, and today's video is dedicated to why are Indians so desperate to come to Canada. As you can see guys, I'm here in Kerala right now at Alleppey, and there is a beach on the other side. And one of the reasons guys, well, let's start from reasons. I'm going to give you all the reasons that I interviewed some Indians here who don't really want to be on camera, and also I'm going to put some of my things as well that I can observe. One of the parts is, you see, the trash left behind by people here is clean environment. In Canada you don't get this kind of stuff. You don't throw this stuff like that. So one of the main reasons why Indians are so desperate to come to Canada is it's cleaner in Canada. But that's not the main reason. I'm starting with the smaller reasons because a lot of people are not paying attention to this kind of a smaller reason. We'll be talking about all the reasons here on this video. That's the one thing. Number two thing about the environment I want to say is it's difficult to breathe here. And it's not about the car pollution, and it's not about the other things like, you know, for example, you know, people think, you know, manufacturing or something, other pollution. Not only that, there is no proper garbage system, there is no proper recycling system, there is no proper garbage pickup. So for example, there is no organics or compost pickup like you get in Canada. So all the gardening, like leaves, branches, everything, everyone gets them together and then they burn them. And for example, I was staying in my wife's father's place, and one neighbor is burning their leaves one day, next neighbor burning their leaves the next day, the following day my father-in-law is burning his leaves, and I'm sitting upstairs and I was like, holy crap, I cannot even breathe in this country upstairs because everything is burning. So that's another reason why people would want to move to Canada, to have, especially if you're asthmatic, if you have asthma and other things, it's a very difficult environment to be in. Now, of course, guys, I'll tell you something more that's very important why people are coming to Canada is, well, you get better job security, you get better job opportunities, family opportunities. In terms of job, number one is, of course, guys, I've seen some construction going on. Let's go to a beach area. I'm going to show you some of this, like Arabian Sea, or what is it called, or an ocean, I don't remember, or an Indian Ocean, I don't remember where it is on the map, but basically it's good. I'll show you in a moment. So number one is job opportunities. In Canada you make more money than in India, obviously, way more money. Second thing about job is you are also having some work safety. I've seen people here painting a house without scaffolding. There are literally people hanging out of the windows, standing there like a Spider-Man in a movie, on a window, you know, like in their flip-flops, not even regular shoes, hanging out of the window, standing like this, holding and painting the wall. First of all, they're doing an awful job doing like that. Secondly, if they fall and they die, or they get crippled, or something happens to them, nobody gives a damn in this country. And safety, well, nobody's providing them with scaffolding. So job safety is not there. And third part is nobody gives a damn about people. So if you get injured, well, so what? We'll hire somebody else. You know how many Indians are here? So that's kind of the mentality of the employers here. And everyone is on their own. Everyone is looking up only for themselves. Whereas in Canada, well, it's pretty similar too, but we have some legislation, we have some standards. So, you know, you have to maintain the safety standards and everything, guys. By the way, you said there is more garbage over here. Just showing you around. Some people just garbage the stuff here. But it's not too bad. I think they actually cleaned up this beach. But anyways, so in terms of job safety, in terms of also working hours, in Canada we have a proper legislation. Here you will be working your butt off. So a lot of people in India are desperate to come to Canada because you have to work less in Canada, because there is some certain regulation on how many hours you should be working. In India you're expected to be a slave, you're expected to work extremely hard, a lot of hours, without any job security, without any job safety, and for very little money. So you are literally like a slave in India. So that's why people are really desperate to come to Canada. You get paid more, you have better work-life balance, you're less likely to get injured, and if anything happens to you, the government, employment insurance, worker compensation board, we call it WCB in Alberta, that is covering you if you get injured at a job. You know, even the company, someone is going to pay you for not working if something were to happen to you, and it would most likely not happen because of all of the things that Canada does. So in that way, for work, it's way better, and you get to spend more time with your family. Guys, look at this. Look at this place. It's pretty beautiful. You know, some of you might say, hey Igor, did you go swimming there? Because there is almost nobody. People just stand here. Nobody goes to swim here. And I'll tell you, yes, I went swimming here yesterday. I went swimming yesterday and I actually found a crab that was covered in a fishing net. And basically my wife pointed it out, and you know, I caught that crab, and he patiently waited for me to remove the fishing net, and after that, as soon as I was done, he grabbed my finger like that, you know, with his and he took off running into the water. It was so cute, and I'm happy that, you know, I helped someone. I hopefully everything is good with that guy, but I removed him out of the fishing net and let him go. It was a little bit of emotional satisfaction, you know, like at least something good I did. I feel a little bit good about it. Anyways, and you know what, I wish I had it on YouTube, you know, I would get lots of views and lots of likes for that, but I didn't think of recording it before I did it, and after I did it, I was like, you know what, I should have recorded it. But anyways, forget about it, guys. So, next part about India is, of course, guys, you get more freedoms in Canada. Way more freedoms than anywhere else, especially if you're a woman. You know, look at the Indian ladies coming to Canada. I know a lot of Indian ladies who left Canada. They are still not married in Canada because, you know, their family is not pressurizing them to get married. There is no arranged marriages in Canada. They are far away from all that nonsense that their family causes, and they have way more freedoms away from their families. And the second part about it is you get way more freedoms everywhere you go, guys. The legislation is better. Then the healthcare is better. You know, in India, healthcare, if you don't have money, you have to go to the government hospital. You know, you have a problem with your leg, they might cut off your arm. You don't know what you're going to get, which kind of services you'll get with those kind of doctors. So if you want to have something properly done, you have to go and pay money. So all the free stuff in India is very bad. Next part about it, guys, for example, here in Kerala, it's very crazy. For example, where I am right now, in Mumbai, it's different, in other states it's different, but in Kerala, there is no sidewalks. So you are walking on the road where you have to yield the right of way to the cars. So the cars are actually the ones that are in charge of the road. There is a big vicious black dog coming my way. Let me show you guys. It's not big vicious, it's actually a pretty cute doggy. Look at this guy, look at this guy. It's pretty cute. And anyways, so guys, this guy stopped right next to me. What does he want? I don't know, but I'll keep my distance. Anyways, guys, what happens is that I don't like this guy behind me. If he has rabies, I better look at his face when he comes. Let me know if he's going to run at me so I can punch him back. You know, guys, I'm not an animal abuser, but I'm going to punch him if he tries to bite me. Anyways, so you get so much of more freedoms, you get so much of stability. You know, you are risking your life and you're walking these Kerala roads. The cars are coming your way, drivers are crazy, some mindless people on the road. There is no traffic regulations, there is no traffic rules. Everyone is going anywhere they want to, does anything they want to. Some people throwing garbage, opening the window and just tossing the garbage out like that. And you know what they do? They toss it far away, far off, into somebody else's property so nobody can see it. So this is kind of like a crazy Indian style, and it's part of embedded into the culture here. And people who are frustrated with this kind of things, I would be frustrated, they leave to Canada. They are desperate to get out of here. You know, to have more freedoms, better healthcare, better job, better safety, better everything, work-life balance, family and everything. Guys, that's one of the nets. That's where I got the crab out. that same color of the net, maybe same guys did that. See over there, the guys are pulling the net. So that's why people are leaving India. And also another part about leaving India is you get better stability. A lot of people here go to the Middle East, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and like Dubai and everything to make money. But then you get kicked out of those countries. Your work permit expires, your working visa expires, employment expires. Where do you go? You go back to India, to the same place where you came from. Same, I don't want to call it a bad name, but same place where you came from, where you started off, and with a little bit more money. And it's okay, but you still don't get the benefits of having a better passport that opens up so much more countries for you, so much of more opportunities. You are in a worse social system, for example. If you have some disabilities in India, that's it, you're gone. In Canada, if you have some disabilities, there are facilities, there are opportunities for you still. There is still something, government is doing something to support those people with disabilities. Here it's like, well, you're lost to society, you're on your own, your family might take care of you, and that's it. So in that way, I want to say, guys, I really understand why Indians are so desperate to move to Canada, and that's why I'm making so many videos on this channel to help everyone around the world who is not only Indians, guys. I'm just in India right now, so I decided to make a video from my observations and talking to other people. Some things that, Indian people are even too shy to express on camera. I'm going to tell you. Another big thing is traffic. There is almost no traffic in Canada. Okay, maybe if you're in Toronto or Vancouver, yes. You chose the wrong place to live in Canada at first place. If you're in Calgary, 15 minutes is going to be your average drive to work, and no more than that. I had a person who quit his job because he had to drive to work for 25-30 minutes depending on the traffic, and he went to another job in Canada. In India, 25-30 minutes, that's nothing. So lots of traffic, way more commute to work, an outrageous amount of hours that you work, very bad conditions where you're working in, and very low pay, and huge competition. There's so much population, how many smart people there are. So a lot of people are, like myself, I'm not too smart. I don't consider myself to be very smart, like some people are thinking they're smart. I just know how many smarter people there are than me, so I'm not very smart. But I can get better opportunities in Canada than I would ever have in India or in Ukraine or any other country. So that's why I left Canada and, well, became pretty successful there. Running my own business, having my own real estate and other things. So, like Canada is a blessing. I think it's the best freaking country in the world. And if you're like me and you don't think you can be hired by Google or Facebook or one of those huge companies and give you $200,000, $500,000 salary, then I would say, guys, try going to Canada. It's pretty good. And even the water here, I went to a swim yesterday. I cannot see through it. I cannot see through the water. Maybe it's cleaner if you go further away, but the water here is not too clean either. So that's kind of a little bit disappointing, a little bit sad. I was going, guys, let me know, what do you think? I'm thinking of either going next to Dominican or Maldives. That's kind of the plan. But anyways, guys, India is still a pretty awesome country. The most important part that I like about India is your food. It's the amazing food here. Like, I'm still trying to be on a diet. I'm intermediate fasting. But my God, I eat so much of food here. So good. It's so much of variety you are not going to get. If you are like me into spicy food, I highly recommend coming and visiting India. And I would highly recommend going to the tourist places. I didn't go to a tourist places. There is almost no white people in this. If I can, if it's okay to say that on YouTube, there is almost no white people where I am right now. And there is not much tourists. So I didn't go to a tourist attraction. I just went to a family place to visit my wife's family and everything. And what I want to say is it's still an okay country. But it's a lot of competition. I get suffocated by seeing, but not only by the fires and smoke and pollution, and by the amount of cars and how people drive and how aggressive the drivers are. And I also get suffocated thinking about it, how people are working in such conditions and how many hours they have to put in. It's very tough life here. So another reason people go to Canada is not only have a better life for themselves, better opportunities, not only for themselves but for their family. And big thing about Indians is why they're desperate is, you know, I don't know if Indians are going to get upset right now, but I'm going to say one thing that I learned in India. You get huge respect from your community and from your family for working abroad in another country. So, you know, a lot of people would go to Canada, build wealth, have Canadian passport, save up a lot of money, then take all of that money, bring it to India and retire here. Have a huge house, have an outstanding freaking blast of a life, and everyone in your community is jealous because now you're Canadian, you're American, Canadian, you know, somewhere from abroad with lots of money, came and retired, and they have emotional satisfaction of that. Or even if you don't come back, you still have respect. You can help your family, support your relatives here financially and emotionally, and also you get so much of freedom to access so many countries with a different passport. You don't get that kind of opportunity with an Indian passport. So it's quite amazing what you can get by immigrating to Canada. And it's way easier than to immigrate to the United States or any other country, and you get same kind of opportunities. And you also get, you know, what is called, if you live to Canada as an Indian, I don't want to say that, but, you know, like in terms of arranged marriages, you know, your family would arrange you a better wife or a husband from a better family with better wealth, opportunities, education. But I hope this whole arranged marriage nonsense goes away. It still exists, unfortunately. You know, that's one of the reasons my wife left India. She didn't want to get married by arrangement. And what I want to say, guys, is it's awesome. And then you can travel all the countries, and even when you come back to India, like for example I'm visiting right now, or any other country, you know, you get to get back, you get to go back to Canada after your vacation, so you don't get as upset. So these are the reasons. I think I covered 90%. If I missed something out, guys, leave in the comments down below. Let me know why you are leaving India or why you left India for Canada, for example. And I think these are the reasons that I observed why Indians are leaving to Canada. See you guys in this next video. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. Bye for now.